The night was quiet in Charleston, too quiet. A whisper of rain tapped against the cobblestones, as if the city itself was trying to hide a secret. And in that silence, someone's heart was about to stop beating forever. The story begins on a humid summer evening in Charleston, South Carolina. Emily Carter, a 29-year-old journalist, walked down the narrow streets lit by gas lamps. She was chasing a lead, but deep down, she was also chasing something else, peace from a heartbreak that had left her restless. Emily had been covering a string of unsolved murders haunting the historic district. For victims, each connected by a single rose left beside their bodies. The press had already named the killer, the Charleston Rosemaker. As she stopped at a coffee shop to review her notes, her eyes met with a stranger's, Daniel Hayes, a former detective turned private investigator. Broad shoulders, a face worn by experience, and eyes that carried both pain and warmth. They shared a brief smile, the kind of accidental spark that feels like destiny disguised as coincidence. But Emily didn't have time for sparks. She had a story to chase. Or so she thought. Daniel approached her table, surprising her. "You're Emily Carter, right?" The journalist digging into the Rosemaker case. She nodded cautiously. "And you are?" "Someone who's been burned before trying to catch a ghost," he said, sliding a card across the table. "But if you want to live long enough to publish that story, you should probably stop chasing shadows alone." Emily smirked. "Lucky for me, I don't scare easy." What she didn't know was that this man, this stranger, was about to change everything. That night, while Emily drove home, a dark sedan followed her silently. She didn't notice until headlights flared too close in her rearview mirror. She swerved onto a side street, heart pounding. Just as panic threatened to consume her, another car cut the sedan off, Daniel's. He forced the mysterious driver to retreat. And in that moment, Emily realized, the Rosemaker knew her name. The following days became a blur of investigation and growing connection. Daniel shared with Emily details the police never released, like how each victim had once been in love, and how betrayal seemed to tie them all together. The two of them pieced together theories late into the night, sitting in Daniel's dimly lit office surrounded by corkboards, maps, and crime scene photos. And somewhere between fear and fatigue, their walls began to break down. Emily confessed how her last relationship had ended in betrayal. Her fiancé had walked out weeks before the wedding. Daniel revealed he'd lost someone too, his partner, gunned down in the line of duty while chasing a suspect. Their scars made them cautious, but their shared pain built an unspoken intimacy. One night, Emily found a rose taped to her apartment door. A blood-red rose, fresh, dewy, almost beautiful, if not for the message scrawled beneath it, "You're next, sweetheart." Her hands trembled as she dialed Daniel. Within minutes, he was there, wrapping his coat around her shoulders. "He's watching you, Emily. He wants you afraid. But I promise you, I won't let him touch you." For the first time in years, she felt safe, because of him. The climax unfolded at the Charleston waterfront. Emily had traced a lead suggesting the killer might strike again during a midnight charity gala. Dressed in a black evening gown, she blended with the crowd, while Daniel kept a watchful eye from the shadows. As jazz music floated in the air and glasses clinked, Emily noticed something. One of the servers carried a tray, but his eyes never scanned the guests. They locked on her. His hand shifted, revealing not champagne, but a glinting blade hidden beneath the tray cloth. Before Emily could scream, the man lunged. Chaos erupted. Daniel tackled him, the two men crashing against the marble floor. Guests shrieked as the knife skidded across the ground. The killer was unmasked, a local florist, quiet and unassuming, who had once been left at the altar. His broken heart had twisted into vengeance, targeting lovers who had betrayed or abandoned. Daniel subdued him, cuffing his hands with a zip tie pulled from his pocket. And as police swarmed the gala, Emily realized she had just looked into the eyes of madness and survived. When the night was finally calm again, Daniel walked Emily to the pier, away from flashing lights and sirens. The moon shimmered over the water. She looked at him, her voice trembling. "If you hadn't been there, I don't know if I'd be alive right now." Daniel brushed a strand of hair from her face. "I told you. I won't let him touch you. There, under the quiet gaze of the moon, something fragile and undeniable blossomed between them. A kiss, gentle at first, then deep, sealing the truth they'd both been afraid to admit. It wasn't just survival that tied them together. It was love, born not in the safety of daylight, but in the fire of danger, in the shadow of death. The Charleston Rosemaker was behind bars, but Emily and Daniel knew the city would never stop keeping its secrets. Still, for the first time in years, they weren't afraid. Because in each other, they had found something stronger than fear, something worth living for.